Aloha! Welcome back to Parkland TV and Film with the broadcast of the Freedom of Parkland game. And right now we are going to go to the marching band. I am Tika Trumpa with my co-host Juliana Gavarati. And now we'll go to the marching band and then we'll be back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For your pre-game entertainment, Parkland High School is proud to present the 2025 edition of the Parkland High School Trojan Marching Band. Under the field direction of drum majors Andrew Rivera, Alan Sistrom, and Ali Alroy Wilmeyer. This evening, we're proud to honor America's veterans and those who are currently serving in the military with our Armed Forces medley, featuring the service songs of the United States Air Force, Army, Coast Guard, Navy, and Marines. If you have served or are currently serving, please stand and be recognized as your service song is played.
such a long line to get in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, longtime football, softball, and wrestling official Kevin Hoffman passed away last week. Please keep Kevin and his family in your thoughts and prayers, and please have a moment of silence for Kevin. Thank you.
Okay, so we are back. Hope you enjoyed the band. But tonight, we are opening up the season here at Orfield Stadium. Parkland last week played George Washington. They won 19-6. Sorry, but a lot of fans were expecting that to be a little more of a high-scoring game from Parkland's perspective. They won by a lot more last year, and I think they only put up 2 touchdowns this week. So a little bit of an offensive start, but I believe Parkland will get started here more this week against Freedom. Freedom losing big last week to Downingtown West, 47-7. So we'll see how this goes this week. Juliana, your thoughts?
I think that they'll put up big numbers tonight against Freedom, but they have to keep their focus on offense and defense to hold it.
I mean, and you look at the traditional Parkland teams, they have a solid quarterback in Finn Cohen this year. His first year starting. He's a junior. He has a little bit of experience as he's been on here. He was on the team last year, and I think a little bit even as a freshman. So he has experience at quarterback. Obviously his brother. And now we're going to go to the field for the national anthem.
Here come your Trojans.
So like I was getting to before we got to the band and the national anthem there, traditional Parkland offense again this year, solid quarterback, and also they have a returning running back, TJ Lawrence, who has been getting time since his freshman year. He wasn't the starter his freshman year, but last year, his sophomore year, he helped the Trojans. Strong player in helping the Trojans win an EPC championship and a district championship against the MAS Green Hornets. And now he's returning with more experience, I'm sure, working really hard during the summer, success in basketball. He had a touchdown last week. TJ is a very exciting player to watch. He has multiple offers. Juliana, want to tell them a little more about that?
Yeah, thanks. He has a bright future. He's got 6 offers, D1, Lehigh, Lafayette, Yale, Harvard, Columbia, and Dartmouth. All great schools for football, and he's still a young player and still got time ahead of him.
Yeah, so I'm very excited to see what TJ does in this game. He's a very power running back. I think that he's perfect for this Parkland offense that really loves to run the ball, as you're going to notice here. A lot of the times I've seen Parkland play, they're really run-heavy offense with a solid quarterback who can throw it to throw off the defense when they need to. So I'm excited to see Freedom this matchup. It's always a close matchup in Freedom. They're a strong team. Last year they lost to Freedom. I believe it was 13-31 or something, so it wasn't really that close of a game. But Freedom struggled last week. They struggled big time. Now, we don't know how good really of a team Downtown West was, and the shows there might be the first week jitters, but all right. Now we're gonna throw down to Abby Wood with her pregame at the field.
Welcome back to Orfield, where the Parkland Trojans are set to take on Freedom tonight under the lights. Last week, Parkland opened up their season with a 1-0 win over George Washington, starting the year off on the right foot. This matchup has some history. Last season, Parkland fell to Freedom in their opening game 30-13. But when the two teams met again in districts, the Trojans pulled a thrilling 24-21 victory on their way to winning both EPC and district titles. This year's roster is full of talent, including junior running back and linebacker TJ Lawrence, who's already pulled up offers from many big-time schools. On the outside, senior wide receiver and cornerback Nazim Adams is also one to watch. He's coming off a standout performance in last year's regular season and will be a key playmaker in tonight's game. With last year's history and this year's momentum, Parkland is looking to make a strong statement in front of their home crowd. Kickoff is coming soon, and we'll have coverage for you all night long.
Thank you, Abby. And as we didn't mention this before, the captains this year are TJ Lawrence, which I didn't mention this earlier, but I can't remember the last time a junior has been a captain on this Parkland football team. There's been a lot of successful players I can think of in the last couple of years that haven't been the captain as a junior. So TJ Lawrence is a junior captain. That is a big honor. That just tells you how much of a special player he is and really how mature he is as a football player. And then JJ Baptista, Nazim Adams, who will be a key player tonight, Julian Diaz, and Matthew Dorsey. And we're getting ready for kickoff, folks. Parkland is receiving, so we'll start off with the ball and see how this offense gets rolling right away. The first thing I noticed that they got some new jerseys going on tonight. They used to have red letters, and now they got, or red numbers, sorry, and now they got some nice, clean white numbers. So. The theme tonight in the Parkland student section is Hawaiian, so if we make some Hawaiian references, that's why we're talking about that. And the kick to get the 2025-2026 home opener started. They run it back. Nazim Adams with a good return out to that 35 to get this offense rolling right off the bat. And that's kind of what you need in the beginning of the game. You want a good little return. Just
strong.
Get this offense rolling.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see how Finn Cohen, as his first start here at home, takes the pressure, not really pressure, but, the home atmosphere. So Cohen lined up in the backfield with TJ Lawrence. Snap.
Hands
And out
off.
to TJ. TJ's going to take it outside. He's got room. He's got the first down. He's got more. Nice first down there for Lawrence to start off the game on the first play for this Trojan offense. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of that tonight. And if we are, that's scary for the Patriots. So, Lawrence will take
Another
the
handoff.
handoff again, but this time the Patriots are on it a little bit more, as he only got about 1 yard there. I mean, that's what happens when you run the ball a lot. They're going to catch on pretty quickly, and I think they woke up a little bit on that first play after TJ got the first down. But when you have the defense and the defensive line really drawn, this is when you want to take the opportunity to throw the ball, get those short passes when they're not expected. Cohen will motion Dominic Marchich, and he's going to drop back. Fire to Lawrence, who will be a completion to TJ Lawrence for about 5 yards there. So the first throw of the night for Finn Cohen is a completion. I think that's what you need to do with your quarterback, where his first start at home, you just want to get those small little completions, get him started, get him ready, get those nerves out a little bit. Empty backfield for Finn Cohen. TJ coming back into the backfield, and it looks like there is some confusion, and they will take a timeout because the play clock almost ran out, and that's just some of the kinks that this offense is going to have to, figure out in the beginning of the season. A thing that I noticed looking through this lineup is there are a couple of players. Now, my brother, his first year on this team was in 2019, so I've been watching this team for a couple of years. I've seen a lot of, 7 years. And there's a couple of people who, on this current team, who are wearing the same numbers as their siblings in the past. Finn Cohen, obviously, wearing his brother Nolan's number. We have Aiden Johnson, number 7, wearing his brother's Nick, his number 7. Jaron Sanchez wearing his brother's number 4. And Jude Roosh wearing number 9, where his brother Robbie wore. So Cohen is going to fire
Completed pass.
to Garullo. He's going to break off the defender and get some extra yards there. And I don't know if that's enough for the first down, but it will be a nice completion for the Trojans. And Cohen's second completion of the night to get this offense almost into the red zone already. All right, so Lawrence and Cohen in the backfield. TJ with the ball. He's got the first down. He's going to get more. He's going to bulldoze his way through a couple defenders. And he'll definitely get the first down. He's down at about the 22-yard line. Looks like a trick play going on here as Cohen is out at wide receiver. And they have TJ at the quarterback. I think this will be a wildcat, and there it is. He's going to take the ball directly. Why hand it off to him when you can just take the snap directly and get those extra yards? That's a play that I like. They ran. I've seen them run before where they snap it right back to their power back. And, instead of wasting time to get the ball to him, he gets the ball right away, he gets those yards, charges in. Finn Cohen will be under the shotgun. Hand off to Liam Spang. Spang is going to cut out. And he's going to get in the end zone. I don't know. Oh, and
Touchdown.
Spang for the first touchdown of this game against the Patriots. It's 6-0 for the Trojans on their first drive.
Yeah, they're moving up the field pretty quickly, and as you see, the new quarterback, he's doing good with the handoffs and his completions, and that's how you're going to move up the field and score those points that you need.
I like this offense. Instead of just having one running back in the backfield, they had two to throw them off a little bit. You know, they know that they love TJ Lawrence. They know that TJ is a powerful player. They fake it to TJ. They give it to Spang. He runs into the end zone and gets that 6th. Nice, I would say, almost very, almost surgical-like drive there for the Trojans. You know, just picking through the defense there on the first drive. But the field goal is blocked, so it will only stay 6-0 for the Trojans, which, sometimes that 1 point can come back to bite you later in the game, so hopefully that does not happen. So that was a great drive there first for the Trojans, up 6-0. Obviously, the defense needs to come out here to help this offense out. It's the first time we'll be seeing the Freedom Patriots offense here. And one thing I need to do quickly is last weekend I was at a game with AJ Muntzman. He was Coach Muntzman's son, and I was talking to him, and he said that he listens to this broadcast. He is a coach at ESU, and he said he listens to this broadcast, and he told me that I need to give him a shout out. So AJ, this is your shout out when you're listening to this on the bus if you're going to ESU's game. This is your shout out. Alright, so now Grayson Dances will kick off for the Trojans. He's the kicker and the punter this season. And the Freedom Patriots will be taking it back. So we're going to see this Freedom offense come out. See how this Parkland defense can hold up against them. So the first play is a handoff, and the Parkland Trojans are all over that. No yards there for the Patriots. Liam Spang was on that tackle. So it will be 2nd and 13 as it was a loss for 3 on that first play for the Patriots. Snap. Fires. I know it will be downfield. Is incomplete. JJ Baptista on the coverage for the Trojans. One of the captains here for the Trojans team.
Yeah, and we see a couple newcomers on this defense. We've got number 2, Michael Card, Jr., making his way up, and they have a bright future with these juniors who are making such a difference and impact in these games.
Now, I believe the quarterback for this Freedom offense is Giovanni Lidi. He's a senior, so that is who will be operating this offense today for the Patriots. And there is some laundry on the field, and I believe from the reaction of the Trojans, this is going to be on the Patriots, and we'll back them up a little bit. So this is what the Patriots don't want tonight. They don't want to make mistakes because, hey, Parkland came out strong. They came out with a good drive, their first drive. They come out and score. It's 6-0. You can't be in this situation where you're in 3rd and 18 on your first drive, and then as soon as you know it, you're down 2 scores. Not a good look. Not a good start to the game. And I'm sure Coach Roeder is not happy about this. Will drop back. Fires, and it is picked off. It is an interception by Nas Adams, I believe. And just like that, the Trojans, the momentum, all for the Trojans.
Great start to the game for the Trojans here.
We're going to see the replay with our replay system from the Edge Casey Foundation. The drop back, reads it, and
beautiful read by
Nazim Adams is all over that. He's going to take it back and say, let's go get some points here on the offense. Great start for Nazim Adams here. He has had some good plays on offense. Now a interception, and that's what you won from one of your captains here. So Cohen will be in the backfield by himself, looking to put some more points on the board for the Trojans. He's going to motion Lawrence back into the backfield with him. Now, motion Jude Roos. J.J. Lawrence is going to run the direction of Roos, and he will get about 1 yard here on the play. Never mind, he got nothing. So it is 2nd and 10 here. No yards on that run.
Yeah, with that pick from Nazim Adams, it's an awesome opportunity to get some points on the board early. In case they have some slip-ups on defense, they know that they got their backs.
Screen pass to Adams here, and that will be good for some yards. I love that quick screen pass. You know, kind of puts the defense on their toes, and you can get some quick yardage off of that play. So now they have two backs in the backfield again with 2nd and 2. They hand the ball off to Spang. Will Spang get his 2nd touchdown of the night? Almost. He's going to take it down. He'll get the 1st down and more. Now the Trojans are well into the red zone, trying to punch the ball in for the 2nd time already in this 1st quarter. They're going to hurry up. As we see again, this is the confusion of 3 backs and that quick handoff to Spang. Now Lawrence will get the ball. He will be able to drive it in for the touchdown, but I did see a flag fly in the air, so I don't know if this is going to stand. We'll see who it was on. I think this is going to put the Trojans back, so Lawrence did punch it in, but they're going to call it back. So I guess the Trojans are just going to have to do that again.
Yeah, they're finding pockets in this Freedom's defense that's allowing them to get all these yards and scoring opportunities. Freedom's got a...
Last week, it seemed like the offense only had 2 touchdowns, and if they can get to 2 touchdowns in the 1st quarter already against Freedom, a very competitive team, I think Coach Bunchman would be thrilled with that. So Cohen in the backfield alone. It will be 1st down and goal. Motion and they were trying to throw the line off there, but they were unsuccessful. So it will back the Trojans up even more. Alright, so we got Cohen and Lawrence in the backfield. See Blade Nasri out at wideout. Fake pass to Lawrence. Cohen's going to take it himself, and he is going to get some good yardage. Closer to the end zone, but still got about 7 yards to punch it in. So good decision there by Lawrence. You know, it was a fake to the running back. He dropped back. Didn't see anyone open. Quickly took it for himself to scamper for some yards and get this Trojans offense closer to the goal line. I think I can already see Finn Cohen being a great leader, running this offense very well here in the beginning of this game. So Jude Roos in motion. Hand off. Oh, fake play. And Nazim Adams. I thought he was going to have a clear path, but I'm liking this Parkland offense. Really have not seen this many fake plays before in this Parkland offense. They faked it to Lawrence, draw the defense in, did a jet sweep to Nazim Adams. He's going to get some yards. So now that it is 3rd and 5 to punch it in, 3rd and goal. He's going to roll out, and he's got Jaron Sanchez. Beautiful play. 2nd touchdown of the night for the Trojans. And Cohen's first passing touchdown of this game. 2nd of the season. See this beautiful rollout by Finn Cohen. He's going to fire to a wide open Jaron Sanchez for the touchdown. Great start here for the Trojans. Not only one, but 2 pretty successful drives. And now it looks like the Trojans will be going for 2 to make this a 14-0 game. So Cohen's going to drop back. He's looking.
Left.
And he fires, and it is incomplete. So they will not convert on the 2-point conversion. So now the Trojans will be up 12-0 with 5 minutes left in this first quarter against the Freedom Patriots. Strong start here tonight. Parkland sending a message so far. I'm sure Coach Muntzman is not too thrilled with the missed extra point in the beginning of the game. And now this messed up. They did not convert on 2-point conversion, but still up 12-0. Strong start here, and I think that the Trojans looking very, very good so far. Trojans will kick it off back to the Patriots. The Patriots are going to try to get some stuff rolling in this first quarter to respond to the Trojans' strong 2 first drives. And they're going to get a good return to get this offense rolling on their 2nd drive of the game. And they're at the 40-yard line already. Parkland's defense is going to have to be pretty stout to keep them back. Those are the little things in a football game that kind of hurts you when the other team gets a good return like that. It's a little bruise there. So Freedom looking to respond here. Handoff.
They're getting yards.
And that will be a 1st down and more for Freedom. Great run there for the running back. That was Alright, so now Freedom is at the 49-yard line. Already in Parkland's territory. So Leedy is going to drop back. Fires, long pass. And it looks like it is caught here. I cannot tell. No, it's incomplete. Good coverage there by Nas Adams on working his butt off on both sides of the field. I mean, here it almost reminds me of Travis Hunter there, wide receiver and cornerback, having great coverage there for Nas Adams. Stopped a big play there that could have been catastrophic. Handoff. He's going to avoid some Trojans in the backfield. Get some good yards there. I don't know if it's enough for the first down.
Adams and Blake Nassery combining the stop for the Trojans.
So it wasn't enough for the first down. It will be 3rd down and 2 for this Freedom Patriots offense, who is looking stronger in their second drive.
Yeah, Freedom are finding the holes in the Trojans' defense and making their way up the field quickly. If the Trojans just patch up these holes, they've got them.
So another handoff, and it looks like they'll get the first down and more. And the chains will move for the Freedom Patriots offense here. Trojans got to keep them out of this red zone to keep this strong lead 12-0 in the first quarter. So Leedy will back up. He will. Doesn't see anyone. He's going to take it. He's going to slide short of the first down. But nevertheless, he will get some good yardage there. That was a good job of PB to survey the field quickly. Just take it and run it by himself to get a good 6 yards to put them at second down and 4. Beautiful night here at Orfield Stadium as the sun is setting. It is still August, not quite fall yet. We're enjoying the last bits of summer, even though we are in school, unfortunately.
Oh.
So it looked like a bobbled play there, and Jaron Sanchez is all over that. Again, these are the mistakes that the Freedom offense cannot make. I mean, this was a kind of a wacky play here. It looked like a handoff that kind of just bobbles out of the running back's hands, and the quarterback gets it, but he's swallowed up right away and is not able to do anything with it, and actually lost 4 yards here for the Patriots offense. So now they have an empty backfield. QB draw. He is going to get some good yards there, but I think he will be short of the first down to set up a 4th down for this Freedom Patriots offense. With 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter of play here tonight. It is 4th and 4, and it looks like the offense for the Patriots are staying on the field, so they're going to take it. I mean, when you're down 12-0 already in this first quarter, I think you kind of have to take this here. You know, go for the 4th down. You don't want to let the Trojans get too far ahead of you too quickly early on in this game.
Yeah, this is an important play for the Freedom offense. They've got to get back in this game.
So he fires, and it is
good.
incomplete. So the Trojans will stop them. You see Coach Muntzman fired up back there as the Patriots fail to convert on downs. And the Trojans will come out for their 3rd drive of the night to try to put more points on the board with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter of play here.
Yeah, that was important for the Trojan defense to keep the lead, because if they would have scored, they'd only be up by 6 points. So it's very important to keep their lead in this first quarter.
Freedom looks just like a couple mistakes away from putting the ball in that end zone there. There's a few things they did wrong, and that Trojans defense stood stout. So a pass here to number 8, Blake Nassery. Blake Nassery, and not only a football player, outstanding basketball player, helped the Trojans go deep into the state playoffs this year, or last year, I'm sorry. Nassery is also the backup quarterback, so you couldn't tell, he's a pretty great athlete there. Very versatile. Cohen will hand the ball off to Naquan Thompson. he will get scamper from yards there, but not too many yards for the Patriots. Take him down, and it will already be 3rd down and 9 for the Trojans as the first quarter is closing. That was 3rd and 6. Trojans will get one more playoff here in the first quarter. Looking to convert on this 3rd down. Cohen in the backfield of Thompson. He's going to motion Nassery. Cohen surveying. He connects with Nas Adams. And I don't know if it'll be enough for the 1st down, but Cohen hitting all of his marks here in the first quarter. Getting this offense rolling, keeping them driving down the field, and taking the life out of this Freedom Patriots defense in the first quarter as they're already down 12-0.
Yeah, and that was a 1st down for the Trojans to keep this drive alive before the first quarter comes to a close.
Yeah, the first quarter will come to a close, and I think so far in this game, Trojans defense is looking stout. Trojans offense looking very good. I think Finn Cohen is playing his role as the QB very well tonight, looking like a strong leader. When you have such a powerful running back in TJ Lawrence, the quarterback's job, they don't need to be a gunslinger. They don't need to be able to chuck that ball, 70 yards. They don't need to be able to throw it too far. They just got to be able to connect on those little passes. So when they draw the defense in, the defensive line in, they can hit the little marks they have to hit to their wide receivers, and they can get those yardage to keep the chains rolling and eventually punch it into the end zone.
Yeah, I think everyone on this Trojan defense and offense is playing their roles perfectly to allow them to be up by so much in the 2nd quarter.
And I'm sure Tim Lunsman is very happy with his Trojans team so far.
Yeah, you can tell the work they put in over the summer and the off season is just really paying off in this opening game at home.
So 2-back sets for the 3-back set. It will go to Lawrence, who's gonna get the 1st down and he's going to get the 1st down. And saw that powerful run there. The opening night is always so exciting for this team, and I think there's a lot of juniors here on this team, I feel like, so far. So I'm sure they're thrilled to get their first start here. It's going to be a pitch to Lawrence. He's going to take it to the outside. Looking for some yardage there, but he's not going to get much.
Yeah, I think Cohen's first appearance as quarterback under this home atmosphere, he's doing great. He's keeping calm, and he's allowing to move his offense up the field.
As a quarterback, you definitely need to be calm, cool, and collected. I enjoyed watching the quarterback series on Netflix, and that was one of the things they really emphasized. It will be another handoff to Lawrence, but Lawrence is going to get almost a shoelace tackle right there right away, and he won't be able to drive for any more yards than what they had there. In fact, it will be 2nd and 5, 2nd and 8 here, so they lost 3 yards on that play. So this is when you have to spread the ball out a little bit more. I know TJ is an amazing player, strong player, but the defense sniffs it out pretty easily once it's every other play. So Cohen is going to drop back. He looks, he fires, and it is incomplete to Nas Adams. And that will set up a 4th down, for the Trojans. So unable to get the 1st down there, and looks like they will have to send the kicking unit out.
Yeah, Freedom really did good on that drive on defense, and that's what's gonna.
They're going
Offense
for
is
it.
still out. They're going for it.
Oh no, they're punting. So they're punting. The punter and kicker for the Trojans is Grayson Dancis, and he is a new player, as last year they had a different kicker, Doug Bell, who did that for 2 years. So I feel like it's kind of almost pretty rare for the Trojans to have a new kicker. Usually they last for, 3-4 years on this team. So far, the special teams doing very good in this game. An opening night, Coach Roosh, with all of his energy, firing up the special teams to do their best. So the Patriots almost at their own end zone as they will start on the 13-yard line. Not the best position to be in, as they're going to look for some yardage here to get a little more
They're swallowed
yardage.
up.
And they're going to get drive back. So, as I was trying to say, they're trying to get some more yardage to get a little more room, but now they have less room to work with here in the backfield. And that is not what you want if you're the quarterback. You want room to work, and you want to feel comfortable. A little difficult to get those first downs here when you're backed up almost in your own end zone.
Yeah, they're on their own 10-yard line. They've got to move up or else they're going to keep going back.
Making the job pretty easy here for the Trojans defense and the Trojans D-line. So another handoff to the outside. And it
Still
looks
going.
like it was good for the first down, but there was a penalty flag thrown, so might back them up. It looks like the Patriots are being backed up even more, and as the refs are doing their job here tonight, I want to thank the refs because now there's a lot of Thursday night games because of the reffing shortage in the Lehigh Valley. So thank you to all the refs out there doing their job Thursday, Friday, and some Saturdays. I mean, we love some high school football, and I wouldn't be able to do it without the refs, so thank you, refs.
Second and 16.
Second and 16 on their own 7-yard line, so they are backed up here. And another handoff. Not enough for the first down. Maybe gives them some more breathing room here on the third down. But the Trojans defense doing a good job stopping the run here so far in this game. Trojans defense is very strong. The past couple of years I've seen a very strong D-line here, and it seems like that theme is continuing this 2025-2026 season.
Yeah, we see a lot of both end players. We see both offensive and defensive players. That's very strong for the Trojans.
So rolling out and firing near the first down marker, but I think it will be complete, and it looks like the chains are moving. So great job from the Freedom quarterback there, Leedy, to avoid some of the Trojans. Fire to his wide receiver on the sideline to get that tough first down. And that's the plays that hurt the Trojans. You have them backed up, you just got to stay stout for one more play to force them out to punt again, and they couldn't do it. That's some of the things that this Trojans defense is going to have to fix later in the season. So
Yeah,
completion and another first down here. So 2 first downs in a row for the Patriots offense.
Yeah, as you were saying, there's some things to fix in the Trojan defense, but it's the first home opener game. They have a lot of time to grow as a team and know how each other play. So I think they've got a strong season ahead.
Definitely a very strong team, very promising as they're coming off a district championship and EPC championship. Alright, so 2 first downs in a row for this Patriots offense. Can they stop them here? Another handoff. No room to run there for the Patriots. Trojans are all over that.
Hughes, your ball carrier, brought down by Army of Trojans.
1 yard gained there for the Patriots, so it'll be 2nd and 9. Clock ticking.
Yeah, they really came back after that rough start in the beginning of the drive, but doing good. And Trojans just got to patch up the holes that they're finding a way to run through.
So handoff, or fake handoff, he faked me out, and throw to the first down, and a stiff arm to get first down and more for the Patriots, and they cramped there. So that was a great job there. And who faked me out on this play? I thought they were handing off, but fake handoff, quick throw to get the ball moving quickly. And see how he takes it to the outside almost immediately with a good stiff arm there to keep that player off of him, avoiding tackle to fight for some extra yards.
Yeah, first down again.
You're up with t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and more.
Alright, so after another first down, it looks like the Patriots will regroup here. Parkland will get some regroup. Looking to not let them put any points on the board and keep their lead strong. After a hot start with 2 touchdowns in the beginning of the game. So another handoff, spin move. He's going to go to the outside. He's going to get some yardage. And he is in the end zone for a Patriots touchdown. And now the Trojans lead 12-6.
Yeah, he found his way to the outside, and that's one of the holes I was talking about on this Trojan defense that they've got to patch up. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty strong drive, honestly, for both offense and defense for these two teams.
Beautiful spin move there to take it right to the outside and get it in the end zone.
Tegan, with 6.5 minutes left in the quarter, what do you think the Trojans have to do to keep their lead or even just keep it stable for them?
I mean, I think they have to have a long, methodical drive here to, kind of drown out the clock and take it into the locker room with only 6 minutes remaining. If they can have a good 5-minute drive that ends in, 7 points, I think that would be a great way to end off the first half of this game for the Trojans. And, they would go into the locker room with up 19-7. And I think they've looked strong so far. I mean, they were unable to punch it in the end zone on that last drive, but they've already got 2 touchdowns tonight, which is the amount they had last game. And I think that's a big thing because once you start getting the offense rolling, it gets the whole entire team more comfortable and the offense more comfortable. And they're more confident stepping on that field.
Yeah, the extra point was good for Freedom. We'll see the Trojans are back on offense here.
Thomas and Nas Adams back deep for the Trojans. Nathan Skinnard to kick off for the Patriots.
So the kick will be. I was telling our advisor here, Mr. Graff, before that I'm already a junior and I feel old, and then he asked me what that makes him, and I said older. So I do feel old though. This is my 3rd year doing this. I started as a freshman, so I've seen a lot of Trojan football the past 3 years. So the offense will come back out onto the field. As I said, I think they're going to look to have a long, strong drive here. Cone in the backfield with Naquan Thompson. He's going to motion Dominic Marishich. It'll be handoff to Thompson. He's going to fight for some extra yards. Good strong run there.
Yeah, I broke some tackles.
Thompson saying, hey, I hear everyone saying that TJ is so powerful, but look at me.
He as well as a junior on this team, so they're going to have a great team this year and next year.
So quick pass out here to Nas Adams. He's going to avoid a tackle, get some yard here. He's going to get the first down and more. Good run there by Nas Adams.
Great quick pass from Cohen to get him moving.
As we'll see here in our replay system. Cohen right away, strong screen pass, to Nas Adams, and Nas is going to evade the tacklers to get that first down, and here Thompson is going to be dragged down right away. And the Freedom Patriot there is very hype about that.
Will be, I believe, a loss of yardage for the Trojans. Yep, 1 yard.
They will lose some yards. But as you were saying before that screen pass to Adams, this junior class is very strong for the Trojans, and I think if they have just a strong year, even a mediocre year this year, they're going to be very good next year with the experience everyone's going to get on this team. Not to set the expectations low, I think this team is going to be very successful. But just to point out, there is good things even to come. And look at Cohen outspeeding, evading the rushers, showing his speed off, and getting close to that first down marker. Cohen looking very strong here in the first half of this ball game in his home opener.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of keeping his cool, and if quarterback keeps his cool, he keeps his whole offense cool and calm and collective to allow them to finish how they want to.
I mean, the whole offense is kind of looking at their leader to see how he's doing. So Cohen's going to fire here.
Oh, picked off.
And it is tipped and picked off by the Patriots. Not what they wanted at all. It looked like
went right through his hands.
So this really isn't a mistake on Cohen's part. He drops back, fires, and just a little above Nastry there, and enough to be tipped right into the Freedom Patriots' hands and turn the ball over. Those are the little things that, I think we had a 12-0 lead going into the first half, and just like that, it's 12-7 now. And if the Patriots punch it in, it's a little bit of a different ball game. If they already might be down here by 2 points, they can punch the ball in 14-12. So that's how quickly the tides turn in football. Momentum, big thing in this game. But under the Friday Night Lights, anything can happen, they say. So another handoff to the outside. Trojans corral the runner down there.
Yeah, running it back to the last play on the Trojans offense, that was really Finn Cohen's first big mistake of the game, and it's okay because it's almost halftime, so they'll have time to discuss it and figure out what really went wrong during that play so they don't make it again.
So the Patriots looking to respond here quickly and get a little thank you message to their defense. Pitch out to the outside. Running back will cut in. he's going to be dragged down with few yardage gain. And it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Patriots on their own 34-yard line with 3.5 minutes remaining in the second half. Or in the second quarter, excuse me. I think that the Patriots responded really well. You know, they were down 12-0, and now they came back, only down by 5 points right now, and they can be in the lead here going into the locker room. So, very good response here by the Patriots.
Incomplete pass.
Incomplete here. So it will set up a 4th down. Now we saw the Patriots go for it earlier, so would not be surprised at all if they go for it again on this, and it looks like the offense is staying on the field here.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Roeder of the Freedom Football really wants them to take this opportunity to try and get some points on the board, but on the flip side, Trojans want to stop them so they don't have the lead at half.
I think anytime there's a big game like this, the coach is always going to take some risk because, you know, having a W in your column instead of a L is a good, very good thing when it comes down to these tough games at the end of the season when it comes down to playoff time. And it looks like there will be a timeout to discuss this a little bit more. Just to remind our viewers, there is 2 different streams here, so if you don't want to listen to us, there is a robo stream where you can just hear the sound of the fans, but if you like hearing my voice, please stay with me here on the commentator's screen, as you should. I will ask Mr. Grath after this, but I do hope that there's more people wanting to listen to my voice than not wanting to listen to my voice after this. According to my brothers and my dad, I do sound like Stitch when I talk fast. So if you do feel like you're hearing Stitch on this, I would probably switch to be honest. So, pass here is caught, but I think it'll be short of the 1st down. Sorry, we got a little distracted there. Talking about Stitch. Second down.
The 2nd and 6 Patriots. Trojan 20.
Freedom with 2 minutes to work here until they have to go back into the locker room. 2nd down and 6. Trojans trying to stand tall here, trying to keep them out of the end zone to keep this lead. The quarterback will keep it. He's going to go to the outside, but the Trojans are going to get that, rally him up. So no yardage gain there, well, a few yardage.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of time left for both sides to either hold their lead or put up some points, so both teams got to focus in, and yeah.
Student section looking a little more packed than it was in the beginning. We were a little bit concerned looking at the beginning of the game. It is Hawaiian night, so everyone loves to dress up in Hawaiian clothing. I was thinking before, what is traditional Hawaiian clothing though? It's just like the leis, I guess, and then it's
The
more like a
hulas.
bathing suit, but that's about it. And the
What about that the straw skirt?
Oh yeah,
You know what
that
I'm
too.
saying?
And,
That's
like,
what I picture when
I
I
mean,
think of
speaking
that.
of Lilo and Stitch, like
Yeah,
we were
there you
earlier,
go.
so it is on topic. All right, so now it looks like there was a flag on the Parkland Trojans. So now it'll be first down 10.
Get stuffed up.
But Parkland's gonna say we're gonna stand strong without the penalty.
Johnson, the ball carrier. Dorsey at the stop for the Trojans.
Almost a minute remaining until halftime. Parkland trying to keep this lead. And it looks like there will be a timeout. I just thought of another thing. Isn't like Moana, like The Rock went to freedom, and Moana is like Hawaiian. So I feel like there's a lot of connections to Hawaii tonight. Is Moana Hawaiian? I don't know. It's close, right?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Anyways, so we'll be
beachy.
rocking it tonight. We'll be rocking it tonight. The Trojans are rocking it right now, up 12-7. As we see some of the cheerleaders there wearing lace too, they want to stay in the theme, even though they can't be in the student section. They have a job to do, as we do too. With a minute remaining, the Trojans are trying to stand tall, keep this lead going into the locker room. The Trojans are looking very strong in the first quarter. They put 2 touchdowns up on the board, but they made those 2 little mistakes, and that was the missed kick and then the failed 2-point conversion. And right now, I think that that would make them feel a little bit more comfortable right now, because
Definitely.
if Freedom is able to put the ball in the end zone here with a minute remaining, then they're down, and that is not what you want going into the locker room.
Yeah, and that's why those 2-point conversions and those extra points are so important. Even though they seem so small, they really add up once you're down.
So another handoff here, and now the clock is ticking, so Freedom's going to have to hurry it up a little bit here. It looks like they're trying to drown it out. Be able to run 1 or 2 more plays here.
Clock is running with 33 seconds left, counting down. 3rd and 6. Timeout.
Alright, so they were trying to draw the defense off sides. And now there will be 25 seconds remaining. So Freedom might be able to fit in 2 more plays here. Definitely 1. I think they have 6 yards to go. I think I foresee a passing play here, unless they do a quick run, call a timeout. But Parkland, I think they kind of know what they're expecting a run play here. So I think.
See the student section trying to get hype, cheer up their team.
Trying to energize this Trojans defense to keep this lead heading into the locker room. Everyone's pretty excited to have this 4-day weekend, so
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone has a lot of energy after waking up early the past couple days. They
Yeah,
got to sleep
first
in
week
today.
back to school.
Re-energize everyone.
Yeah. They're lined up ready to go on the 6-yard line.
Can the Trojans stand tall is the question we've been asking for the past couple minutes.
He's going to look to...
He
Oh, ball's out,
and it's
ball's
a
out.
batted pass down, and the Trojans will get the
Beautiful.
ball.
Beautiful
And as
for the
I was
Trojans.
asking that question, Michael Carr answers with a yes, indeed. They down that pass, and now the Trojans will get that ball.
It's punched out, I believe.
That's the energy that the Trojans need at the end to go into the locker room. Momentum swing crazy right there.
He
So,
was thinking of running
drops-
it, then he backed out, and then it was just punched out.
Yeah, great play there by the defense. Drops back,
It looks-
able to punch it out of the quarterback. See the slow-mo there. And now the Trojans will be able to, run one play. And
Yeah,
then-
actually it looked like the quarterback was hesitant of what to do there. He looked like to start he was going to throw it, then he tried to go in the pocket and then just shied away from
kudos
it.
to the Trojans for closing that pocket pretty quickly there. And putting pressure on the quarterback, and
Definitely
that
worked.
is what the fans love to see here in Orfield Stadium. Trojans defense standing tall, standing stout to close off this quarter, keep the lead 12-7 in front of the Freedom Patriots. Now the momentum is back on Parkland's side.
Yeah, they're starting on defense coming in. They've got to keep it up and just keep doing what they're doing as of that last drive.
It was very important for them to stop them there, as like you said, they don't get the ball in the beginning of the third quarter. So if Freedom scores there, Freedom scores again. It's a two-score game almost, just like that. So yeah, but overall, like I said, first quarter very strong by the Trojans. 2 touchdowns, almost and just very quickly in the blink of an eye. And now it was a little bit rusty in that third drive for the Trojans, and then we had the interception, and now all of a sudden it was just 12-7, and the Patriots are knocking at the door on the end zone at the end. Parkland didn't answer it, so they were able to stop them, and so now Parkland has the 5-point lead here going into half, and they probably don't feel too comfortable with that. Because the Patriots do get the ball. But I think they feel a little bit of cushion. I think the Coach Munchman will be pretty proud of how his team was playing in the first half. There was some mistakes. There's going to be mistakes in your first home opening game. They're shaking at the nerves. They're playing in front of a lot of students that really weren't here last week because it was in Philly. So more fans. The atmosphere is more. They have not only us recording, but I'm sure Service Electric's there, D11 Sports is there, so a lot of people watching. That pressure gets to the players a little bit, so they got to shake out those nerves in the first half. I'm excited to see what the Trojans come out and do in the second half, and happy that they were able to, stay strong there at the end.
Yeah, I think as you were talking about pressure, I think honestly I've got to say, I think Finn is doing a great job handling pressure at his first home game. Like, sometimes you see the nerves get to your quarterbacks once either one mistake, but I think he's doing a great job handling pressure, and that's really setting the tone for his offense leading into this next half.
I think Cohen did have the interception, but I think he'll be able to shake it off quickly. Hopefully come out with a Trojan passing touchdown. Now we will throw it to the Freedom Patriot Band here. All right.
I believe that St. Luke's and our coaches are going to provide the safest and most comprehensive training environment that a student athlete would want. Hopefully they come to us and they leave and there's not another need to be filled. Your daughter or son's team can come to us and we provide it all.
On the ground, go!
The team atmosphere and the team that we have put together of sport performance coaches and athletic trainers is why parents should choose St. Luke's University Health Network for their sport performance needs.
There's not another orthopedic group, sports medicine group, healthcare system in the country that has high-level, degree certified years of experience.
Bench, hip thrust, or floor, we know what block A is, and then we get another group of 7.
Certified athletic trainers and the performance coaches are assigned to schools, and they are there, and they are getting the teams and doing team training around sports schedules and the student activity schedules. That's primarily where it's done. We also provide training here, like at this facility. We provide a comprehensive training program that is the most up-to-date training advancements. It's the safest it can be.
We got our A walks. Remember, good.
Not about gimmicks. Our guys are all educated and have the science behind what they're doing, a rhyme or reason to what they're doing. And we have leadership that will make sure that we're going to provide the best service there is. We actually care about your kids.
Focusing on getting my butt back and my chest up.
People don't know how to use this stuff, and so you need someone to teach them and to help them navigate it in a way that's going to be productive, that's not going to hurt them.
They trust me to put together a workout, and they're always asking questions about it, which is great. You know, I wanted them to have that trust that, you know, I'm going to help them succeed on and off the court.
Every coach, every parent, they want what's best for their student. Okay? They want what's going to help them be the best version of themselves. And so that's what we can provide. I don't think there's anything in this area that can rival it.
ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, Parkland High School is proud to present the 2025 edition of the Parkland High School Trojan Marching Band. Under the direction of Jason Maroon and Allison Figueroa, assisted by Mark Sislo and Mark Figueroa. Our percussion coordinator is Stan Roden, assisted by Stan Griffiths. Our color guard coordinator is Sydney Garzon, assisted by Gigi Romano and Sativa Stoner. And our marching band coordinator is Mrs. Connie Baxter. Music arrangements by Mark Figueroa and percussion arrangements by Joe Rusamano. Tonight's show features the music of the famous American singer, songwriter, and actress Lady Gaga. Born and raised in New York City, Stephanie Germanotta began playing piano at the age of 4 and songwriting at the age of 13. Better known as Lady Gaga, her music blends pop, electronic, and dance, and she is famous for her distinct fashion and over-the-top stage performances. And now, under the field direction of drum majors Andrew Rivera, Adeline Sistrunk, and Holly Calaroy Whitmire, put your hands together and get ready to rock as the Parkland High School Trojan Marching Band presents Gaga.
Alright, and we are back. Hope you enjoyed the marching band. As you heard a little Lady Gaga there. It was a great marching band, and just like the marching band, the Trojans are doing great so far, up 12-7. Strong first quarter. Pretty strong first half. They struggled there a little bit in the second quarter with a interception, and the Trojans also giving up 7 points on the board. But the end of that half was very strong. They, didn't let them get in the end zone, kept their lead, 12-7. Now the Trojans are going to look to do that again as the Freedom Patriots will get the ball. We'll see if they can stand stout again and keep this lead going into the rest of the half to hopefully win out this game. Again, Freedom and Parkland was a close game, two very strong programs.
Yeah, they really responded there with the pick by Finn Cohen, but that's what the teams do. They have each other's back so that they can just get right back in the game.
I mean, both teams made a lot of mistakes. There was interception on Freedom's side, interception on Parkland's side, so kind of canceled it out. But at the end of that quarter, Michael Carr with the big swat down for a fumble that Parkland was able to recover and ultimately keep the Patriots out of the end zone and keep them away from stealing the lead from the Trojans. So,
yeah, here we go. They're going to be starting on defense, the Trojans. So they're going to look here to stop them just like they did second quarter and first quarter too.
The opening night in the home stadium always just has such a different feeling. So much excitement. A lot of fans there because it's not that cold yet, so people want to go to the game instead of sitting inside next to the fireplace.
Yeah.
Not speaking from experience.
Go kick off.
Kick off. And we're off in the second half of play. And the return, and the Trojans will stop it pretty quickly. So, the times that I'm thankful to be in this warm studio is when it is November and October and it is like 30 degrees outside and I'm sitting here in a sweatshirt and able to be warm. I get cold very easily. Alright, so let's see what this Freedom Patriots offense can do. Looking to respond after they got stopped in their own red zone last quarter. The quarterback will keep it. He's going to get brought down quickly. Not much yardage gained there. Parkland all over that. Parkland's defensive line has looked very good tonight, as they typically do.
Yeah, both sides are looking to put some points on the board. It's a pretty low-scoring game, but both teams want it equally, so we'll just have to see who wants it more.
Yeah, both of these teams are very strong, very talented, both on powerful programs. So I'm not surprised to see this low-scoring game. Deep pass here, Freedom. A little too far ahead of the wide receiver there to be able to put it in the end zone and get a big play out of that, but that was a great play. Great coverage.
3rd and 4 here for the Freedom Patriots.
I believe that was nod to Adams. Okay, so we saw the Freedom Patriots go for 2 4th downs in the first half of the game, but they're on their own 34-yard line. I think I would be kind of surprised if they go for it here. Am I right? And it looks like they will be in punt formation. Or no, the offense is on the field. So
3rd down.
We had not seen the Freedom Patriots. Oh no, it's 3rd down. Sorry. All right, so good run here, and the Patriots will stay on the field, keep the chains moving.
And number 3 on the Freedom offense seemed to be doing a lot of the carrying. Yeah.
Very good night so far. Very good first half of the game by him. I have a feeling that he was definitely in the minds of the Parkland coaches before this game. And will be in the coaches' minds later, whoever Freedom plays next.
First and 10 for Freedom.
Hand the ball off. Now Parkland taking that down pretty easily. Dominic Marches there did a little flip at the end of that play.
Yeah. Not much yardage going on for them, but good defense by the Trojans.
Yeah, Trojan defense was looking a little wonky in the beginning of the second quarter, but it looks like here they're staying stout. Oh, we see the drum line. That always gets me hyped when I'm at the football game. And the student section, hopefully the student section's bringing that Hawaiian energy tonight.
2nd and 8 for the Patriots.
So a pitch to the outside.
Yeah, and he finds a hole through the Trojans defense.
Finding a hole, and looks like he's going to get the first down. Trojans sometimes struggling here tonight to just, on those 3rd and longs, on those 2nd and longs, stopping the offense here. See, 2nd and 8. Pitch to the outside, and there's just a good block there. And they take the hole, and there's nobody around him really there. And so he's able to get some good yardage.
Yeah, Freedom seems to take the opportunity that they have when they have it. Just like that, they found that open hole that Trojans sometimes gives them, and they definitely do stuff with it when they have it.
So hand off, and he's wrapped up right away. So that will make it 2nd and long here for the Freedom Patriot offense.
Great defense by the Trojans there.
Freedom is also just, I feel like, always an exciting game. I remember when, I think it was my brother Ty's sophomore year, and they were in the district semis. They won by literally a yard, I believe. The kid caught it at the end of the game on the 1-yard line, and I remember just a blocked punt that I will never forget. It was so thrilling. Anyways,
not much yardage there. Again, Trojans defense have been pretty solid this game. A couple hiccups here and there, but they show up when they're needed.
Doing that is always important, keeping a strong defense. I'm sure they regrouped in the locker room, and they've looked pretty solid here coming out of the locker room in the 2nd quarter or the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, both teams are looking strong here, so definitely some meaningful chats in the locker room at halftime.
Oh, and the snap is past the quarterback. He's just going to dive on it. Now, that's a loss of about 20, so that is a big break for the Trojans, but not a good sign for the Freedom Patriots, as they are going to be in a 4th and long situation.
Yeah. Now, it looks like kicking unit's going to
So they've gone for most of their 4th downs, as I was saying earlier when I thought they were going for 4th down. My bad, but as you see, this snap just goes right past the quarterback. That's just some miscommunication. Oh, and now the punt is blocked by the Trojans, and the Trojans are going to put this in the end zone for a Trojans touchdown. Just like that, the momentum is all on Parkland's side.
I completely missed what just happened there, but it looks like they blocked the punt and they ran it to the end zone.
We were looking at the replay, and then on the other TV, I saw the punt go past the Patriots
missed that.
and Parkland in the end zone. So it is 18-7 here with 7 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter.
So important for the Trojans there because
it was blocked by number 26 for the Trojans, Naquan Thompson. Great play by him.
Yeah,
great way to swing momentum Parkland's way. That's all you need. That's, I think, a little bit of a bad sign for the Patriots. Two snaps that went past their players that they were unable to control, and it ended up in 6 points for the Parkland Trojans. So.
Oh, it looks like they're going to go for 2 with Finn Cohen out there.
They're putting the offense out there to try to go for 2, make this game a 20-7 game with a 13-point lead.
Yeah, last time they went for 2, they didn't get it, but let's see how it goes here.
So 3 backs in the backfield. They're going to hand it off
Looks like it's
2. And
no
looks
good.
like it is just short, so
That's 3 missed opportunities after touchdown. But hey, if you're a Trojan, that's honestly a good sign after you didn't start with the ball and now you've already scored. So super important drive for the Trojans.
it was the second failed conversion of the play, so maybe that gives them something to work a little bit on practice. But I think the offense looks pretty good here so far in the game. But now the defense will not get much of a break, and they'll go right back out there. And again, try to get this ball back. Great job there on the last drive by the defense, putting pressure on the quarterback. It just takes one error to now you have an 11-point game when you just had it's an 11-point game now when you just had a 5-point lead. So now the momentum definitely on Parkland's side. And like I've said before many times, football is such a momentum swinging game. You could be up by 11 points and all of a sudden you're only up by 4, just like that.
Yeah, let's see what the Trojans can do in defense and the Patriots can do in offense.
So kickoff here to give back to the Patriots. Okay, Parkland will get another good stopping them on a turn. A little scuffle there at the end.
Good stop there. Let's see what Freedom can do in offense.
Number 32 is pretty high up. I'm trying to see who that is. That was Shane Wanamaker. He is very happy at the end of that play after making that stop. Great tackle there. They get up. And now they're on their own 30, this Freedom offense. Again, thank you to the Education Foundation for our replay system. We love to look back at those plays.
Handoff.
So another handoff.
Oh, he's going
evading
to the outside.
To the outside, evading some. Oh, and that was a late hit, and I don't know if they're going to call a flag. Oh, and there will be a flag there. Definitely what you don't want to see is just getting messy. Coach Roeder will probably not be happy about that. Sometimes, teams gets in their head when they're down, 11 points. Seems like the other team's getting away from them a little bit. So we see a good run here. And then after the play, you're going to see Jude Roos just getting hit by the Freedom Patriot player. That's another thing in football. You have to be able to control. You have to be able to stay calm. Every single position, not just the quarterback. You have to be able to stay calm. You have to be able to stay collected, because then one mistake can back you up really far and get your team in a bad situation. So now they have a second down and 10 on their own 21. Oh, they have a second down and 19 on their 21-yard line. Step back 9 yards. Again, those are the mistakes that Freedom is making tonight. That is, not allowing them to get this lead. And there was a pitch to the outside, but Parkland's all over that, swarming the Patriots, not letting them get any yards. Now they are faced with a 3rd and 20.
Yeah, this is not looking good for the Freedom Patriots. Sorry. This is not any situation that your team wants to be in. But if you're for Parkland, then they're doing a super good job on defense here.
So
looking to throw it.
Fire and caught, but that'll be very short of the 20 yards that they needed. Good tackle there by number 3, JJ Baptista. Textbook tackle there. As you'll see, quarterback's in cadence. They're to the outside. And then going to be wrapped up by Baptista, not letting them get any more yards. Now it'll be a 4th and 10, and they will be forced to punt here. So the punt is not blocked this time by the Trojans. And it is almost out of bounds. And a pretty good punt there. That'll put the Trojans not in great position there.
The first and 10 Trojans. You're on 37. 10 remaining in your third quarter of play.
The one thing I'll say, I was at a graduation party this summer, and I met Will Doble's dad, who was our podcast host on the TV studio last year, and he told me that his dad, so Will Doble's grandfather, is a huge fan of me, and he's like, if I took a picture of you, he would like know who you are, and I was very shocked, and I'm very happy to be making some fans hopefully here, and it looks like TJ Lawrence will be cramping up. Yeah, that made me happy to have a fan, especially with somebody who's a family member in the studio, related to the studio. Maybe Mr. Gretch just said in my ear, maybe your favorite coffee is on your way. So, Will Doble's grandfather, I'd be checking your mail from Mr. Gretch. So hopefully that's just a cramp from TJ Lawrence. That would not be good for the Trojans if it was anymore. But it looks like it's just a cramp, in the hot, summer air. Still summer. We're not in
with
fall
all
yet.
the action he's doing, like it's not unusual to get cramps.
It's very taxing on the body playing both ways, especially at two positions that are pretty key at linebacker and at running back. I know from experience because my brother had to get an ice bath and have that on our front porch. Or not a porch, on a back deck. So that is still there, actually.
All right, looks like he's getting up, which is good news.
Yeah, TJ will be fine. The other thing, TJ is in my world studies class with Miss Morgan. Miss Morgan's from the studio. Miss Morgan, if you're listening, Miss Morgan is the best world studies teacher. Well, not just world studies teacher in the school, but TJ was wearing a Lafayette shirt. And I don't know if that's a hint on where he wants to go or where he's thinking about going. But it might be. And if it is, you heard it from me first.
There you go.
Alright, so the offense back on the field now. Ready for action. Counting in the backfield in the Quan Thompson. He's going to snap. Hand off to Thompson. Thompson will get about 5 yards here on the play.
Hughes and Renshaw combined on the stop for the Patriots.
Doesn't look like Lawrence is on the field yet, so probably still stretching out.
Be interesting to see how the Parkland Trojans, handle this drive without Lawrence, as he's a very key player. But I think Cohen and the offense will be fine.
Yeah, they've got such strong players that.
So Thompson is and there's gonna be a flag there. I think that was false start. Looked like a little bit of confusion between the offensive line and Thompson. And now back to Trojans at 5 yards to have them a 2nd and 13 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this third quarter in the ballgame.
Yeah, I feel like this quarter already flew by.
Yeah.
And just one touchdown opportunity for the Trojans.
So another handoff on 2nd and 13. Interesting play call there. And there's a little scuffle after the play. And the referees will throw laundry on the field because they don't want this thing to get out of hand. We already saw a penalty earlier for a late hit, and it looked like kind of another late hit here by the Patriots. And the refs hopefully are controlling this. So he was already down there, and then they just continued to drive him down. Playing beyond the whistle blows, Sometimes coaches emphasize that. You want to play till the whistle blows, but they kind of keep it a little too far there.
15 yards. A second down.
All right, so now that will give the Trojans better field position here after having a run that was not so good. And this is going to be a big penalty. So again, these mistakes from the Patriots is what's costing them this lead now. I mean, they're down 11 points, and they've had now 2 penalties from just their tempers being a little airy. And now the Trojans were faced with a second and 13, which is not an easy thing to do. And now they're going to hand off to Thompson, and he's going to get some yardage there. Again, that almost could have been called, but they're not going to. But again, you can't make these mistakes that really put you in a deeper hole. Trojans stay calm, cool, and collected. Finn Cohen has been doing an amazing job leading this offense to his first start in Orfield Stadium. Junior Wills, ball is fumbled there as it was an air snap, and the Patriots will get the ball.
Yeah, looks like I believe it was either a low snap or just super
low snap. Cohen not able to jump on it.
Yeah, that's not Cohen's mistake.
Quickly enough. Yeah, definitely not his mistake. But that's the things that, kind of need to be worked out in practice. And the Patriots are just able to jump on that quickly.
Yeah, that was important for the Patriots there because they gave the Trojans some yardage after those late calls. But
after those two penalties, it kind of, I would say, almost equals it out. Now they have a chance to put some points on the boards.
Yeah, they're on the 46-yard line, so they're right up there with the Trojans. Gonna hand it off yet again.
They're gonna do some good yards there, about 5 yards on the play. And this third quarter is flying by with 3 minutes remaining. Parkland still up 18-7.
Definitely seen a lot more flags being called in this third quarter here.
I feel like there wasn't a lot. I feel like in the beginning of the season we see a lot of errors in terms of false starts and penalties around that where it's player error. But I feel like those are just a little bit of temper things where after the play calls. Unsportsmanlike, and now as I'm talking about that neither team's made really much mistakes, there's a mistake. But I was at a game last weekend doing sideline reporting for D11 Sports, and I believe it was the Quakertown coach who told me that 3 of the key things in high school football is turnovers, penalties. And honestly, I forget what the last thing was, but I think that was big because, penalties really do cost you, and when you have a lot of penalties and turnovers, those things cost you in a high school football game. Whoever wins that battle, it really
another flag
is.
on
and
the
there's
play.
Another flag.
Back-to-back flags.
And as I'm speaking, I remember the third thing. It was big plays, big explosive plays. Those are the 3 things that can help you win a high school football game. And, now the Freedom Patriots are making some of those penalties, and that's why it seems like the momentum is, going a little bit to the Trojan side. But again, those are the 3 key things. Okay, so 2nd and 16 here.
48-yard line. See what they can do.
All right, so the quarterback will drop back.
Oh, he's going to take it himself.
Take the ball and run, and he will be stopped.
Yeah, it seems to me that, he goes to throw the ball, but then he doesn't really see a receiver open, and then he has to take it himself.
There's not been a lot of passing, I feel like, tonight from the Patriots. He's surveying the field, and he just takes it and runs.
Which means that's good for the Trojan defense because, it means they're covering their man well.
Good hit there by number 12, Cooper Bauer, on the play. I feel like that's what you work on all summer, the textbook hit. Then when you hit that in a game, very hype. All right, so the quarterback's going to roll out. He's going to fire. And it's interception! Nas Adams!
And he's going.
It's Blake Nassery, Blake Nassery. And that's going to be a pick 6 for the Trojans.
Oh, that's a huge moment for the Trojans.
Taking that pick into the end zone, but it looks like they're a little hesitant. Sorry, I don't know why I thought that was Nas Adams. Blake Nassery making a great play, taking it the Trojans' way. And just like that,
outrunning
it's
all
in the end zone.
all the Freedom defensive play. Oh,
Again,
sorry,
just to
offense.
emphasize that Nasser is such a good athlete. He is the backup quarterback, but not only is he the backup quarterback, he's the wide receiver. He's obviously a safety on
Star
defense,
basketball player.
and he's an amazing basketball player. Freshman year, helping him and Nick Koval, taking that team along with a lot of talented players to the state championship, even though they fell short. And then last year they went far into states. But it looks like there may have been a penalty here because not putting the points on the board. But nevertheless, great play by Nasser. Again, those are the mistakes that I think the Freedom Patriots have been making tonight. I mean, their passing game hasn't been very active tonight, and
Yeah, a lot of running.
it was. That's their, second interception of the ball game? Yeah, second interception. And a pick six would be very costly here in the third quarter, almost fourth.
Yeah. If this touchdown stands, or if they get the points, this is a great lead.
So I think there may have been a block in the back, or they're on the run back by Nasser. So
We do
there
get the
will
ball.
there will not be points on the board yet for the Trojans.
They'll get
But
the ball
hopefully
on the 47-yard line.
here, quick pass to
Adams.
Nas Adams.
And he's
and
going
this
down the
time Nas
sideline.
Adams is going to take it to the outside.
Great
Tightrope
run.
the sideline to get some yardage.
Yeah, great start to the drive for the Trojans here.
Again, it's those quick little passes that get you some yardage there. Been Cohen. Quick dump off pass to Nas Adams. Screen pass. Nas is going to show off his track-like speed.
Yeah, it seems to be the way to go for Finn and the offense. Quick passes, and then they run down the sideline, whether it's Nas Adams or TJ Lawrence or any other receiver. It seems to get a lot of yards on that type of play.
So first down and 10 with 41 seconds remaining. Cohen in the backfield with Thompson.
Handoff.
Another handoff, and he's going to be dragged down with not a lot of yards. Sorry, that was first down and 15, so there was a penalty on the Trojans, it looked like, on that other play. Again, it's like I jinxed it. As soon as I started talking about penalties, they got a lot of penalties.
Yeah.
Put on in this game. So now it'll be second down and 15, but I think they are going to let the clock run out here.
Oh, they seem to lose a yard on that play. Second and 16 now.
So they lost a yard and play not the way you want to go into the fourth quarter of the ball game, but nevertheless, feeling comfortable with an 11-point lead here going into the fourth quarter. I think the Trojans have looked pretty strong. No scoring in this, or no, there was one touchdown we saw in the second half. So yeah, pretty strong third quarter by the Trojans. But they're gonna keep the pedal to the metal, keep on driving, and hopefully put the Freedom Patriots to sleep.
Yeah, I'd say the only thing the Trojans really have to do is keep their momentum going and keep their defensive on game, and same with their offense. They're really picking up on Freedom's mistakes, the few that they're making, and they're really catching them when they make those mistakes, which is allowing them to either turn over the ball or just get those big stops on fourth and third down.
So the offense will be back on the field here.
Second and 16 on the 41.
Three running backs in the backfield joining Finn Cohen. And Thompson was the one who got the ball, but he will not find much area to run there. And that is going to set up for a third down and long. And they're going to have to throw the ball here to get the first down in the beginning of this fourth quarter.
Yeah, third and long. Finn, let's see what he can do on these pressure plays here.
So Thompson in the backfield with Cohen. Cohen will motion Blake Nassery.
Here he goes.
Dropping back.
Missed
right
catch.
through the fingertips of Nas Adams.
See, those are important plays you don't really want to mess up. That was perfect placement from Finn, but Nas seemed to it went right through his arms.
Perfect placement, but he looks like he was trying to run there a little bit before he actually had the ball with him, and that's kind of what happened. See that happen a lot. Alright, so Trojans will be punting the ball away as they will not take the chance on 4th and 18. Good, strong, tall punt here.
Seem to bounce back and, forward, I guess, in favor.
A little bit of a bad bounce there for the Trojans. That will give the Patriots some more yardage and set up well for them to come back out to the field. Now the Patriots here, I think they're looking to have a long drive here where they, actually they need some quick points here, down 11 points. They need a quick touchdown and then get the ball back and be able to put some more points on the board. To get back into this ball game and to hopefully, they want to win, they need to, respond quickly. They're down 18-7, and they haven't been able to do much.
Yeah, this is an important drive for Freedom here. They want to come back in this ball game, and they have to score on this drive, and no hiccups that the Trojans defense can pick up on. The quarterback's going to run it, get some yardage. Tackled by Dom Martrich.
And then the keeper. Martrich had to stop for the Trojans. That is good for a
Quick
Patriot
replay
first
here.
down.
Yeah, fake handoff, and he's going to roll left.
Get all that side to just get some yardage, so he was going to get the first down and 1.
Good tackle and pick up by Martrich there. Nice music by the band playing. Gets the
So another handoff.
Team hype. Yeah, they seem to just be handing it off a lot, and like Trojans, we're even picking it up that they're handing it off, and I'm sure defensive coaches and the defense are picking up on that too. So that's might be good for Freedom to change it up a bit, but it's honestly making it easy for the Trojans defense.
I think they're really sniffing out these running plays here in this game as the game's going on, and that's, kind of not as really harming this for the Patriots. Looks like there's going to be another penalty here. I think it is on Freedom by the reaction of the players.
Yeah, Friday Night Lights with music never disappoints.
Band always adds a little bit more to the game. It's just the magic of the Friday Night Lights, no matter, I feel like, where you play, it's just a different atmosphere, different feeling when you are playing under the Friday Night Lights than if you're playing college.
Yeah, speaking of different atmosphere, we've got a lot of the juniors and young players on this Trojan offense, so they're just going to have to figure it out and
It will now be a 3rd and 11 here for the Trojans. Or, not for the Trojans, the Patriots. As the Trojans are sitting tall. Patriots not able to get anything started here in the second half so far. Haven't been able to put any points on the board. Only 1 touchdown in this ball game for the Patriots. They're looking to respond. Being 0-2 to start off your season, definitely not the way Coach Harder wants to start off. So, Patriots are going to fight with everything they have here.
looks like a timeout was called. I believe so.
They're running out of time on the play clock, so it is a timeout.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 11 for the Patriots. They've got to make something happen here. Like I said, if they can score on this drive, then that's huge for them. But with a 3rd and 11 and not much, looking back at the previous plays, not much yardage on their running, I'm not sure if it can happen here.
I wonder if we will see TJ Lawrence in this game again. It looks like he has not been back in, which is a little bit of a concern for Parkland Trojans fans.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't just cram, maybe it was something more than that in one of the previous plays, but they've got strong players too, so.
I think the big thing for Parkland is I remember seeing Keith Grohl article and says Parkland does not, Parkland just reloads, They don't rebuild, they just reload. So they always have players
Big
willing
throw.
to come in and step up.
Way too long.
So Big throw, that's overthrown. And now that'll set up for it.
Yeah, we can see that the Freedom quarterback has great potential in his throwing game, but his receivers I feel just can't seem to get open.
He's been missing some of his marks tonight, and doesn't seem like the receivers are quite connected with their quarterback yet.
Yeah, and it's the second game in the season, so I mean they still have a lot of time to build and grow as a team, especially if there's new players on Freedom. Not sure about that, but definitely just a couple hiccups they've got to fix for the future. Big throw again.
Long pass. That will be overthrow everybody into the end zone. So that will be the second failed fourth down conversion, and the Trojans will turn over on downs. For the Trojans will get the ball back and look to extend their lead on the Freedom Patriots right now.
Yeah, Freedom had to go for that because, like I keep saying, they really had to score on this drive to keep in the game. But let's see what Parkland can do on offense. If they can score here, then this looks great for Parkland.
Parkland deals with the ball, and I think that'll be one of the last straws for this Freedom team, and
yeah,
might be able to start talking about next week.
Yeah.
So a handoff to Naquan Thompson. Ooh, he got a little jig move there, and then they were able to wrap his feet up. All right, so this handoff here. See Thompson, good jig move. Just comes flying in and tackling at the feet.
Yeah, Parkland seems to be utilizing their run game as well in the second half too. But we saw that Finn Cohen has an arm too and can do, yeah, just like that.
Cohen quick pass to the Islands, but it looks like they will stop the play. Penalty marker before the play, maybe. Looks like it is back down. Yeah, so now Parkland will be faced with a 2nd and 11 with 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the ball game with a 11-point lead on their own 43. Cohen managing the offense here, doing a great job tonight.
Looks like we've got 2 stacked on the right side, but they're going to run the ball.
Another handoff to Thompson to get some yardage here and make it a 3rd and long for the Trojans.
Yeah, it looks like they've been utilizing Junior Thompson in the second half a lot, and he's been doing a great job giving the Trojans little but a lot of yardage.
So 3rd and 7 here. See if the Trojans will be able to stay in the ball game or stay on the field. Trying to draw, and Cohen's trying to draw them off sides, and he does just that. Excellent job there by the junior QB.
Yeah, and great call by the coaches too to get that first down.
Really caught them by surprise there, and now it makes this 3rd down a little more manageable. So now it is 3rd and 2. And they will have their 3-back set, and they will hand it off to Liam Spang, who's going to get the 2nd down and more. Spang had a touchdown in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, he started the Trojans off great, set the tone for them the rest of the game, and it looks like they've been carrying that tone with them.
So maybe some energy here. See again, this Army-like 3-back set. Spang's going to get the ball, drive for the 1st down and more. Great power there for the senior. So Cohen in the backfield to Thompson again.
He's going to hand it off.
Another
again.
handoff. Cut inside in the middle and get at least 5 yards there. Again, it's the little runs that hurt the defense. It's the small cuts it's hurting them. Those baby yards are hurting them. They're not able to stop the little runs, and it's Parkland's able to get the first down.
Yeah, this is looking a good drive for Parkland here on their own 40, 2nd and 6. That false start really helped them because they were at 3rd and 7. Another handoff. Oh, he's going to get
outside here. To the outside, close to the first down marker. Zach Bradley, the quarterback coach for the Trojans, does an amazing job developing the QBs here at Parkland. As the QB from 2 years ago is now playing college ball, Luke Spang at Muhlenberg. And my brother Ty Trumba, the QB before him, is at Franklin and Marshall playing football in his last season. So another handoff to Thompson. He's going to get the first down with 3rd and 2. And they're working their way close to the goal line into the red zone.
Yeah, they're on the 36-yard line now with the 1st and 10. They've got great looks in this next drive.
Yeah, good field position. So Cohen in the backfield, Thompson.
Another
handoff, but the Patriots are going to sniff that out really quickly.
Yeah, they seem to follow that pattern there, assumed the handoff.
I think that the Trojans are kind of trying to wind down the clock here. Again, do that long, methodical-like drive here. So then the Trojans don't have a lot of time. The Patriots won't have a lot of time to work with. And will be not able to, get back into this ball game as the Trojans are holding an 11-point lead here.
Tournament is Saturday, September 13th at 10 a.m. There'll be food trucks, basket raffles, and a 50-50 drawing.
Yeah, Trojans are really running the time down. Do we know what this time
I believe it was Parkland all the time. I don't like to brag about my brothers, but I just want to say, my brother, who's at Franklin Marshall right now, he's in his senior year, and recently his stat came out, and he is 3rd in the nation in D3 passing yards, which I'm so proud of him for. He's worked really hard, spent a lot of time watching film. So shout out to my brother Ty. He was a Parkland QB for 3 years, and now is in his senior year at F&M with Jack Harrison, another Parkland alum. So another handoff to Thompson, again, just running this clock down, and it will bring them to a 3rd and long. See Thompson cutting into the inside. Third and 7. Cohen, I think, was trying to draw them off sides there. 3rd and 9, my apologies.
Alright, they've got 9 yards to go, but they really should get this first down to essentially put them up very well in this game.
I think the Trojans are just really trying to punch the ball in the end zone here, trying to take all the time they can. Because if they do put 7 up on the board, this game is essentially over and impossible and out of reach for the Patriots.
Yeah, I believe another timeout for the Trojans, probably discussing how they're going to get this first down because they've got 9 yards to go, which isn't too easy on a 3rd and 9, but I'm sure they can do it. We've seen it previously.
Trying to get everything they can on this drive. Not any sort of rush here.
There's 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Trojans are on the 31-yard line with 3rd and 9. They're up 18 to 7. Let's see what they can do here.
Van Cohen in the backfield of Thompson again. Again, we have not seen TJ Lawrence since the end of the 3rd quarter.
Another handoff.
Good run here by Thompson. He's going to cut up the field to get some extra yards. May have gotten the first down to keep the chains rolling, if not very close.
If they did not get it, I would think they'd go for it, right? Or what do you think?
I mean, close to your own end zone, I think you kind of have to go here. But it looks like they got the first down. So you could cut up
the first down.
So
Great
the Trojans will move the chains here. And it looks like another cramp, this time for the Freedom Patriots.
Yeah, when you're in those 3rd and 9 situations and even short 4th downs, like, it's so important to utilize your run game, but even your throwing. But I think Trojans did a great job there. They're on their own 22-yard line with 1st and 10. They've got definitely opportunities to score here, but let's see what Freedom's defense can do, as long as, obviously, Trojans' offense.
Yeah, Finn Cohen doing an amazing job of just controlling this offense here and being the leader in his first home start as a junior under center. A lot of pressure being the QB on a team like the Parkland Trojans.
Yeah, they had a great season last year, and coming to be a starting QB for this very great team that ended the season great last year is definitely a hard role to fill, but I think he's doing an amazing job.
So another handoff. Thompson not able to break away from the defender, so he will be dragged down. Looks like maybe lost a yard or two there.
We see Liam Spang has come back in, same with junior Michael Carr.
So Spang, Jaron Sanchez, and Naquan Thompson, the 3 backs in the backfield for the Trojans. Spang will get the ball.
Cohen was under center there.
Yeah. Again, they're definitely trying just to draw this clock, making it, putting this game out of reach from the Patriots. I'm sure this is very frustrating for Coach Roeder on the Freedom sideline.
Yeah, we knew this was going to be a great game. Great game coming into it. But with Freedom's 0-1 record and Parkland's 1-0 record, we were ready for a good game.
So 3rd and 9 here with 2 minutes remaining. Parkland on their 20-yard line again, 3-back set. This time it will go to Thompson. Getting a lot of carries tonight, but he will be short of the first down. So look here, Cohen under center. A little bit of confusion. The ball goes to Thompson. He's able to get some yards, but Patriots able to anticipate it a little bit more.
It'll be a 4th and 5 for the Trojans. We've seen on the run plays, they've gotten a good amount, like 5 or more yards. So, I mean, I think they've got a good shot at getting this, but let's see what happens.
And we're getting into 1 minute remaining in this ball game, so it looks like Parkland will get a W in the column. As you can see, Jaron Sanchez dancing a little bit on the field. They're feeling it. And there will be a timeout.
What is next week looking like for the Trojans here?
Next week, we are home again, so if you want to hear me and Juliana next week again, you can join us for Northampton versus Parkland. We will be back in Orfield Stadium, and Trojans will be looking to advance to 3-0 in their beginning of the season.
Yeah, great start for them.
And also, it is the first Popcorn Friday, the day that the Trojans take on
Super important.
the day that the Trojans take on the K-Kids. So, if you want to get hype from the game, come to the cafeteria and get hype with some popcorn.
Yeah. Great start to the season for the Trojans. Probably not the way the Freedom Patriots wanted to start it, but
another handoff to
we'll
Spang.
see how they do.
They won't get the first down here. So the Trojans, they got the ball with about 5 minutes remaining, and they were able to dwindle it down to about 1 minute remaining. They still have an 11-point lead, but now Freedom will get the ball. Freedom, I think, the way their offenses look during this game, they're not going to be able to score. Just with a minute left, that's very hard to do, even at the very high levels. So Parkland just needs to stay strong for, 1 minute, and they will have a W in the column.
Yeah, only 54 seconds left, so there's really pretty hard to get 2 touchdowns here for the Freedom. But even like I said, like they've been utilizing their run game so much, I think it's pretty easy for the Trojans to tell what they're going to do, and which is making them easy. Looks like they're snap it here.
Again, this Freedom Patriots, they had 2 interceptions today.
They're gonna throw it. That's going to be
throw
completed
to the
pass.
sidelines.
He's going down.
That's going to be a pretty big play there, and it will be the first down and more. Again, number 3 for Freedom all over the field tonight, getting them a lot of yardage in the run game and in the passing game, as you saw there.
Yeah, I think if the receivers could find openings, then their passing game could have been a lot more yards today, just like that, 2 in a row.
So they're firing. I mean, I always do think it is a little bit funny once, you're forced to, you do fire a little more quickly, air the ball out a little bit more, and then all of a sudden you're down the field. But they only have 20 seconds remaining, so looks like this clock is going to wind down.
Yeah, they're just really trying to get down the field as fast as possible, and, that's probably the most efficient way to do it is passing. So they're trying their best to get down and maybe score another touchdown, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough to beat Parkland.
14 seconds more until the Trojans can finally celebrate. So another pass. Quarterback going to keep and slide to keep the clock running. Just 5 seconds remaining. Will Freedom be able to get off one more play? And they will not. So the clock
Great victory for the
will
Trojans.
wind down on Orfield Stadium. The lights shining bright here tonight. The Lays flying all over. Saying aloha as on Hawaiian night. The Trojans rock Freedom, and they are able to celebrate this victory tonight to advance to 2-0. And the Freedom Patriots will drop to 0-2 after a loss to Downingtown West last week and our Parkland Trojans this week. So, great 2 wins by Parkland. Neither high-scoring games, so I think that kind of tells you what their offense is going to be looking like this week. They started off strong, but it was a lot of long running drives here. But I think the concern here is right now, after the end of the third quarter, we didn't see TJ Lawrence. So
yeah,
we'll have to get an injury update there with you next week. And I'm excited to be back here next week to cover Northampton. Yes. Parkland can start off their beginning of the season 3-0. That would be amazing. And I think the key things that we can take out here tonight is that Parkland's defense held up very strong. Again, at the end of that second half, or at the end of the first half, Parkland, Freedom was knocking at the door. They were in the red zone, and Parkland didn't let them get in the red zone for some points when they really. That would have been a momentum changer. They would have went to the locker room with a lead, and they would have got the ball back. So that could have changed the whole game. That points, that just one drive there. Again, 2 interceptions for Parkland tonight. Defensively, 1 interception offensively, and there was just one fumble, I believe, but it ended up, not amounting to much, again, to the stout Parkland defense here. So great job by the Parkland defense. And also, I think the Parkland offense, was very surgical-like tonight. They did a very good job with how they moved the ball. And again, I think that last drive was very well controlled by Finn Cohen. He didn't let any turnovers happen, just controlled it, let the clock wind down, did his job, not allowing them to get the ball back, and not allowing them to have any opportunity to get to lose this game.
Yeah, I think starting of the game, the Trojans defense had some holes to fill, and I think they really filled those by the end of the game, which allowed them to come up with the W.
So we will see Parkland swinging to the alma mater, as is always a little bit sweeter when it's a win. Alright, so that'll be it from here at Orfield Stadium and with Parkland TV and Film. Again, great win here for the Trojans. I'm Tegan Tremba.
I'm Juliana Gavarati.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Hopefully you joined us and not the Robocom. Mr. Grant told us that there was more people on us, so thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to my voice. And again, we'll see you next week when the Trojans take on the K-Kids. Trojans 2-0. Let's go.